It's the basic right of every child to be seen in its talent and in their talent. We need educational environments that enable every child to be in their talent. And we need people that are skilled to give words to those talents at the moment those children are in their talent. My name is Luc. I'm an educational scientist, and I had the luck to do a lot of visits in the United States to study positive psychology, appreciative inquiry, and strengths-based development. I remember a magic 2-day conference where on stage was David Cooperrider, Ron Fry, Barbara Fredrickson, Mihai Csikszentmihalyi, Seligman, and also Marcus Buckingham. It was wonderful, and it helped me to understand much better the concept of talent. When it's about talent, many people think that talent is about being excellent in a certain activity, being the best in something like an excellent cook or an excellent sporter or an excellent top manager. But that's not my definition of talent. For me, talent is not about being the best in a certain activity, but it is about what an activity does with you. So my definition of talent is about any activity in your life that goes totally at ease and that satisfies you, that fulfills you. And if you find words for the thing that satisfies you, you come in the neighborhood of your talent. And my definition has 4 layers. So the first layer is about activities that go totally at ease and satisfy you. The second layer, talent is about activities that make time fly. And for the time flying, there's a word, and it's the concept flow of Csikszentmihalyi. Flow is both a mental and a physical state that makes us to engage in such a way in a situation that we lose track of time. We're on a party, we are dancing, we're talking, we're coaching, we're working, and we lose track of time. And at a certain moment, we look at our watch and we say, it's already 4 o'clock, time has been flown. That's flow. And we sit down on a chair, and then we feel that we are tired. While you're in flow, you don't feel you're getting tired. 20% of the people on this planet experiences flow every day. 20% of the people on this planet never experiences flow. And to those people, it's very difficult to explain what flow is and what talent is. The time is flying, well, maybe when I sleep, but I don't know. The third layer of my definition is talent is about activities that load your batteries. If you have worked hard during a day, you were in flow, you were coaching, or you were in a meeting, or you were teaching, and time was flying, and you come home in the evening, you can be even exhausted or very tired, but at the same time, you have positive energy. You are fueled, and you look forward to the next day. Our talent makes us tired, but also gives positive energy towards the future. And the fourth layer of my definition is talent is about activities that make you to be your authentic self. And I have a little trick for that. If you look back to the last week, you could say that every hour that the time was flying, you could say you were your authentic self. Well, if you have this kind of a definition of talent, it doesn't make it easier to discover your talent. And a basic point of my theory is there's only talent when it's seen by others. We only become aware of our talent when the first time someone gives words to those talents. And for that, there are 2 conditions. And the first condition with children, or with adults, but with children is, if you see someone doing something very good, that you say it, but only when you mean it. And not in the sense of good, well done, great, but that you try to give words to what was so special in the act of the child. And the second condition is, with the child, that it is touched by that remark, because there's a belonging in that child to be good at that. And then you get magic, because then you get remarks that even at the end of the life, they maybe still will remember. I'll give you an example. There's a boy in a discussion in the classroom, and you say, so wonderful how you were doing that. You had a discussion together, and everybody was talking loud and discussing, and you were the only one who was listening. Very calm, listening to each other. And as a result of that, everybody started to calm down and started to listen to each other. So beautiful how you do that. And then that boy could say, well, I was not interested, so I said nothing, could I? But maybe also he had a belonging in that situation to play that kind of role. And maybe he will do that as an adult too. It's so important that we help children to enable to be there in their talents, but also to give words to their talents so that they become aware of their talent. Because when you become aware of your talent, you can start to work hard to develop skills with your talent and to find contexts in which you can apply your talents. And that's what I call talent in action. Talent in action means I have a talent, I have developed skills, and I found a context in which I can apply those talents. Many children have the chance and the luck to be seen in their talent when they're 7, 8 years old. Some people are seen for the first time in their talents when they're 17, 18, 19 years old. Some maybe at their first workplace. But some at 45 have never been seen in their talents at that age, and that's very, very sad. We have developed a set of talents, 39 talents, and we work with those talents in schools with children, but also with adults. And I'll explain some of you. Maybe first, the talent of the knowledge sponge. Who of you reads a book or watches a documentary every evening before sleeping? Okay, then you could have the talent of a knowledge sponge. Children, adults with the talent of a knowledge sponge, they are very curious by nature. They love information. They love to process information. It gives them a lot of satisfaction. It fulfills them when they learn new information. When they're under stress and they read a book, they will relax. And they read in the evening before sleeping, because their head is filled with information, they can disconnect from the day and they fall asleep. It's a very good talent to have when you're at school. It's a talent that will be seen at school. You will be seen in that talent. There's a big chance. The second talent is the talent of the selective perfectionist. Children with the talent of selective perfectionist and adults are people that when they're motivated, but only when they're motivated, they'll start to perform, and what they will do will be excellent. They want excellence at that moment. When they're not motivated, it's much more difficult. They won't learn and develop when they're not motivated. And the thing with children with the talent of selective perfectionist, they first have to discover their passion before they start to learn. Many of them are dropouts. They leave the educational system and they become adult, and then maybe they find their passion. And then they say, oh, I should have studied more, but then sometimes it's too late. Another talent is the talent of the mood reader. Children with the talent of the mood reader, or adults, if they enter a room where there was just a conflict happening, they will feel it immediately. They see at one tiny movement in your face that you didn't like a remark. And they love to do very small things in a way they make other people feel better. A very beautiful talent. Can you imagine how it has been for children being in lockdown with this talent of mood reader? I don't think they felt happy at that moment. It's a basic right of children to be seen in their talent. When we look at schools, sometimes you think schools are designed to make time fly for teachers and not for children. And of course, it's important that the time flies for teachers because you can only see children in their talent as a teacher when you are in your talent. But how would it be that time flies at school every day, both for teachers and for children? Imagine your 14-year-old son saying every evening almost, oh, it's already 4 o'clock. Time has flown at school. What you see in education is that you have to have luck. You have to have luck that your talents match or fit to the educational system. I always say, if you're able to sit on a chair for a long time, if you're able to make legible notes, if you structure well, if you analyze well, if you memorize well, and if you're able to reproduce your knowledge without too much stress at the exam, then you are very, very lucky, because then you have talents that match the educational system. If not, you could feel stupid. You could feel average. You could think, I have no talents. And in a lot of cases, we give those children labels. An example. One of the best photographers in Belgium, when he was young, when he was at school, he thought he was stupid. Below average, he said. I have no talent. He was diagnosed with dyslexia. He thought, I'm stupid. And until a certain age, and then he discovered that he had magic eyes. He had the possibility to make pictures. He got international prizes. How can it come that we don't see that talent before the age of 18 or 19 years old? Another example is a Belgian cyclist. When he was a small boy, his mom went with him to the doctor, and she said, "Doctor, I think my son has ADHD." And the doctor smiled, and he said, "Ma'am, just let him do what he's good at. Give him time, and he will become excellent in it." And he became world champion. How is it that we don't see it? The problem with education is that we have to know that school is not life. Yeah? That means the talents you need to be good at school are not the same talents that you need to be good in life. They overlap, of course. But there are children, they have a cluster of talents that don't match the educational system, and they think they won't succeed in life. And that's not true. Why don't we tell that to our children? Together with my colleague Els Pronk, we started a movement, an international movement, while we were not aware of that movement. And it started in Ghent in Belgium, in my home city, where we started to organize free talent interviews with children in coffee bars on Wednesday afternoon. And the first afternoon was full, and the second was full, and the third was full, and hundreds of people followed us on Facebook. And then people phoned and they say, "Can I learn this also, how to talk with children about their talents?" And we said, "Yes, you can that. You can learn it." And you even get a certificate, but the certificate, accepting the certificate means that you promise, that you engage to organize those kind of free talent interviews with children in your community. We're 4 years later, and we have almost 1,000 of those people who do talent interviews in the Netherlands, in Belgium, in almost any village, in almost any city, all over the country, and they're very enthusiastic. Then we got phones by schools, and they said, "Can you do this in our school?" And we say, "Yes, we can do this in your school. We give the training, but only if you promise that afterwards, every child that follows school in your school will learn about its talents, their talents." And I think we told the story already in hundreds of schools all over the country, Belgium and the Netherlands. And then the city council of Ghent, my home city, contacted us, and they said, "We want this in this city. Could you learn all people involved in this city how to do talent interviews with children?" So we certified the city that has the intention that every child in the city of Ghent will be seen in their talent. The Dutch city Zwolle is the second city. Hundreds of people have been trained. Hundreds of people are supported to see talents in children. It's beautiful. And then we got from Curacao, from Bonaire, from South Afrika. And so this is an international growing movement. And we didn't intend to start a movement. It's the basic right of every child to be seen in their talent. You know, every individual, if you take the 39 talents that we have described, every individual has a unique combination of those 15 talents that we select out of the 39 talents. And the chance that you have the same combination as someone else, that chance is lower than 1 on 3 million. That means each of you and each child has a unique combination of talents, so they can do something unique that nobody else can do. It's so beautiful to say that, to know that. And no, they won't become a world champion. Not everybody will become world champion. Not everybody will become a star, but each child can shine. What I dream about is a world in which we help every child before the age of 12 to be seen in their talents, and that we have found words to give name, to give words to the talents of those children, so that they become aware of their talents. In such a way, they can develop skills, and they can find a context in which they bring their talents in action. Imagine that. People that work hard as an entrepreneur, as a teacher, as a nurse, that come home in the evening, that are tired, maybe exhausted, but have positive energy towards the future. Less burnouts, less depressions, much more people that feel happy and do good in the world. To end, I would like to quote Picasso. And Picasso said, "The meaning of life is to find your gift. The purpose of life is to give it away." Thank you very much.